Hello you guys, and welcome to the Alerion Center, where today I am going to be doing a speed build of the Minecraft Christmas Challenge in creative mode. Now normally it has to be done in survival, so let's get to it. We're going to start off by finishing the roof, in which we have already started, and this is just a standard roof. It's your staircase up and staircase down. It's not too difficult to grasp. If you do have any questions, you can always leave it in the comments, and I will answer any questions, concerns, or comments. Now, I know a lot of you are probably saying, well, why aren't you doing it in survival like you said you were going to? I did not allot enough time for myself. You know, I said 1 week to build Santa's village in survival mode. That is fucking impossible, okay? Don't even try it. It is impossible. Alright, if you see here, you can see, yes, you can see, if you can see, that I am just doing random patches of stone in the open spot on the roof. Pretty straightforward. You're going to want to do different style of stone for each block because it adds texture, it adds depth, and it overall just looks a lot nicer than if you were to do it all wood. An exact same thing with this path that we are doing, just have each block be a different block, and it's going to give the path a lot of nice texture, and it's not going to be just one bland road. And you can always add stairs in there as well to give it some depth. And now, depth is key when building. If you want it to look, you know, really nice, you're gonna have to add some depth, whether you want to or not. So, and that's just kind of the way it works. Now, one little strategy I am going to show you is if you are doing a big build that consists of a lot of buildings, and, you know, especially buildings that are exactly the same or very, very similar, you're going to want to lay out where you're going to put them first. So you want to start by laying the foundation of every single house, okay? That way you know how much space you have and such. Now, you guys have not noticed it yet, but you will notice it here in a few minutes. I have made a fatal mistake. And if you are that quick to catch it, you are fantastic, but you're about to see what fatal mistake I made, and trust me, if it happens to you, it will piss you off. Okay, now what you need to do is you need to allot enough space on each side of the house to take into account the roof, okay? That might be something that I didn't do. I thought I had given myself enough space, but I was about 2 blocks off. And you'll see how fatal of a mistake that is here in just a second. And you see I'm going through doing the frame of every single house, and I can promise you this is going to save you so much time than doing it one by one. You go through, do the frame, that basically gives you the worksheet, and then when you're ready to get it all finished, you just got to go in and fill in the blanks. Alright, so if you see right here, you can already see with the house there, I was only given 1 space of room. I need more than that, which you are about to see. See, just look at that. How dumb can I be? So let's go through and let's correct that. Isn't that magic? That really took me for freaking ever to do, so don't make that mistake because it will take you so long to fix. Well, not so long, it took me like 10 minutes, but still, you know, that's 10 minutes of my life that I will never get back. But you just continue to chug along and do and continue to build that framework and, you know, just fill your worksheet out. Well, don't fill it out yet, but create the worksheet. We'll put it that way. And surprisingly, this goes extremely, extremely fast. Now, we are going to work on a bridge. So as you can see with the bridge, I am just starting with your cobblestone. That's it. As simple as that, and then you put cobblestone on either side, which is going to allot for hand railings. Okay, so I'm going to choose some cobblestone wall for the hand railing, and we're going to put that up, as well as a nice little entrance way. Alright. And then I decided, well, why not do stairs and half slabs for the railing itself? And it honestly looks a lot nicer, but it's missing something, so let's go through and let's make it look like there's actual little posts there. And it kind of gives it a little bit of a medieval feel. And I figured, you know what, let's go through and make it a semi-covered bridge, and we're going to make it look all fancy, so we're really just going to take that entranceway design and follow it through every other block. and it makes a beautiful bridge. And you can really do this design any way you want. You don't have to do it this way, and it's really hard to see it this way, but I promise you at some point you will see the actual design of the bridge. Because even though this video is coming to you on Christmas, and Merry Christmas to you all, and to all a good night, there will still be another video that will come. Add some glowstone for some nice touch, and there you go, the bridge is complete. Decided that I wanted to put a few more houses in. Why? Because I have the space. So let's do so. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to create that worksheet so that when we want to fill it out, it's going to be super, super simple. So we're going to put the frame up, and everything is awesome. Everything is happy. And this took me so much time. It did. It really did. I think overall I put in 12, 13 hours of work into this little project. So I really hope you guys appreciate this, because this is the most work that I've ever put into any video. I can promise you that. There were so many times I was cussing at myself. And I was like, God damn it, why am I doing this? Ah, this sucks. Alright, well now it is time for us to fill out that worksheet. And you're just going to go through and fill it out as basic as possible. Just take your wood or whatever it is you're using to fill in the walls and fill them in. Don't worry about the windows. Don't worry about the doors. You can add those later. Isn't that fantastic? It's just amazing how that works. And this is probably going to be the most boring part of your build when you're building this, is filling in the walls, because you're literally looking at the same block over and over and over in the same house over and over and over. Yes, the houses are going to look identical until you add the detail and until you add the depth. And I cannot stress enough, depth is key. Alright, so we got all of the houses filled in, or all the worksheets rather, filled in. And as you can see, they're just your basicness. They look pretty bland right now, so like I said, depth, depth, depth. But don't worry about the depth until you're done. Right up to the end is when you want to add the depth. Depending. If you're a super master builder, I'm completely wrong on that, but if you're somebody who's just trying to put something simple together, depth can wait till the end. So now that we've got the worksheet filled out, we want to sign it. Don't you love these dumbass analogies? But anyways, you're going to put the roof on each house. Once again, a very tedious and very irritating process, because messing with stairs sucks. And when you're literally messing with thousands of them, you want to kill yourself. So here I'm doing brick again. I do go through and I do some of the houses as cobblestone, just so it literally does not look like the same cookie cutter houses. So there you go, there's the 2 roofs that we have done so far, and I'm just going to go through and finish the rest of the roofs, add some cobblestone roofs, and we're going to call that. Alright, so here is the frame of Santa's workshop, or Santa's house, or whatever you want to call it. It is going to be a massive building, okay? That is 8 blocks high, and that's just the first level. And I mean, the square footage on that building is huge. Alright, but anyways, let's work on the path going to Santa's village. Now, or not Santa's village, but Santa's house, rather. I do have Minecraft ADHD, so I jump around a lot. Alright? So now we're just going to fill in the path, and we're going to use that same technique that's going to give it texture with different stones. Gravel, andesite, diorite, cobblestone, stone. Those are the main ones that I use. As far as the granite goes, I mean, it's the reddish. In a setting like this, I don't feel it would look good, but I mean, if you think it'll look good, or you know something that'll make it look good, absolutely. So the path is now complete. Alright. So there's the cobblestone roof I was talking about. Now we're going to go through and we're going to add that nice little texturized wall. And what would you know? They look fantastic. So this is what it looks like after you put all the wood beams in as the quote-unquote support for the roofs, and the houses are really starting to take shape. They still look pretty plain, still look pretty basic, but hey, we've got a long ways to go. We're only about a third of the way through this. Don't you love listening to me talk? So as you can see right there, just different stones, different patterns, just makes the texture look nice. So we're just going to go through and we're going to add that, and I'm going to skip through most of it because it is literally the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Pretty boring. And just with the magic of video editing, they're complete. So this is the final product of what that's going to look like, you know, nice and texturized. Gives it a little bit of depth, not too much depth. You can always add stairs in there as well to give it that depth. I didn't do so. Why? Because I didn't feel like it. And I know there have been a lot of people that have been asking questions about the future of the Alerion Center. Well, I do have exciting news, and here sometime soon I will be getting a capture card, which means Xbox games. Predominantly Advanced Warfare and Destiny, most likely, for the time being, so get excited for that. Alright, now it's time for us to go through and add the windows. With the windows, you do not want to make the windows the exact same size. You do not want the windows to be the same on each side because it's just going to look plain boring. Now, if you do different windows on different sides, on different houses that are completely different shapes and sizes, it's going to make it look unique. Alright, so like when you're walking down the street and you're looking at houses, do the houses look eerily similar? Well, if you live in a housing project, yes. But when you're walking down a normal street, no. The windows aren't the same size, not the same style, the houses aren't the same color. In this case they are because this is one of those old housing projects. But I think the windows look nice, different colors. I did white, red, green, and yellow. The red and green are definitely Christmas colors, and I thought the yellow and the white just gave it a nice pop. And would you look at that? It seems that the housing is almost complete. But wait, we have to add the floor. Alright, now the floor is going to be the key in this house because you gotta add texture, 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 texture. Because what is the biggest surface besides the walls in the house? The floor, of course. So here I'm just doing a couple just regular checkered patterns. Why? Because it's super simple, super easy, but it catches the eye and it looks nice. So you can do all sorts of different variations of checkered. You know, some people even put what is that one thing called? That's right, it is called glowstone in there so that you don't have to add torches. Now, if you're wanting to give it a medieval look, torches are a great idea. With this, I am trying to give it an older feel because it's Santa's Village. It's been around for thousands of years. They don't know about the technology of lighting yet. With the floor design, you can really do whatever you want as long as it looks good and looks unique. One thing that I have found that actually looks really, really good as well is if you take wool or carpet and you have 4 or 5 different colors of wool and then you do that in a pattern, it makes the floor look extremely, extremely unique. Now, if you're in survival mode, it's going to take you forever to grab all that wool, but it doesn't always have to be wool. So that is that, and it creates a really nice design. It looks really unique. And we're finally done with all the floors, and as you can see, each floor is different. Alright, just like in real life, if you walk into 6 different people's houses, chances are the flooring is not going to be the same in a single damn one. That is why you want to do the floor different in every single house, because it's going to give it a feel, as in each house is customized on its own. Time to add the doors. Every house needs doors, right? We'll go ahead and we'll add those doors and we'll run on back, and then now we've got to fix the grass. Don't be afraid to quote-unquote terraform yourself, okay? Modify the land. Now we're going to add some nice little fence posts. These fence posts, they're 5 posts high with 1 post at the top going out, and then you put a piece of glowstone and it makes a nice little lamp post. And look at that, it's starting to look beautiful. The ground is covered with snow, which is blocking the path, but hey, I don't have a snow shovel. So right here is showing you how to make that fence post. So 5 high, 1 out, and then a piece of glowstone, and look at that. You've got yourself a lamppost. Now go ahead and add trapdoors on each side of the glowstone, and it's going to give it a nice little lamp feel versus a glowstone on a stick. Okay? And it's also going to add depth, texture, and detail, which, like I said, I cannot stress enough, is key. See, look at that. Looking amazing. Split second if you could catch that. Alright, now here we are going to add some depth. Death? We are not adding depth! We are adding depth. Okay, so take your fence post and put it on each corner of your house. Now with this color, this is not a good example, but it pops so that you can see that it clearly adds depth to the house. Because, I mean, look at that. It's adding a little bit of space, but it's see-through, so it is adding depth. And if you don't know what depth means, basically it's when you look at it, does it feel real? Does it look real? Does it look 3D? Or does it look like somebody drew it? So the more depth you have, the more real it's going to look, the better it's going to look, okay? And once again, I said birch fence, not the best fence in this case because it's kind of a more darker atmosphere, but it really shows you that it's adding depth, okay? Now, it really, really pops. So if you want to make it look really good, as long as we don't fall to our depth. Depth? Oh my goodness, depth! I'm mixing those two words up left and right. Okay, so go ahead and take that out of there. And then we're going to add something that's going to fit in a little bit more. Something that's a lot easier on the eye. So we're going to go with dark oak fence because the rest is dark. You know, it's spruce wood. It still looks dark. And look at that. You can barely see it. But it adds so much depth and makes the house look a lot better. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to do that on every single house. And it's going to make the entire village look so much better because it's got so much more detail by doing that one simple thing. Alright, and now people are going to be like, okay, but why are people putting fence posts on the side of their houses? In this case, when you look at it, to support the upstairs. Boom, you just got yourself some support beams. Isn't that fancy? Of course it's fancy. Why? Because I said it. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. And just to let you know, this video that you're watching is a total of about 3.5 hours of video condensed into a half an hour. Alright, see, look at that. The village looks so nice. There's lots of depth with the lamp posts, with the trap doors, and the fence posts on the side of the houses. Alright, now we're going to make this skating rink. With the skating rink, it can be whatever shape you want it to be. The skating rink is going to be the easiest part of the build, okay? Because a skating rink can be whatever you want it to be. Now, there are two different types of ice you can use, okay? Snow is kind of considered ice, but, okay, you've got regular ice and you've got packed ice. Now, I'm going to show you the difference and show you which one you'll probably want to use, okay? So when you look at packed ice, can't see through it. Regular ice, you can. When you look at a skating rink, you can see through the ice on a skating rink, so we're gonna use regular ice. Put snow below that ice and on the side of that ice. Why, you may ask? Well, when you go to a skating rink, what do you see on the other side of that ice? White. You see white. You don't see dirt, you see white. So it's really going to make it look kind of like a real cartoon. Alright, so we got the snow done. Alright. So you're just going to want to go through and add the ice, and as you can see through the ice just like you could at a regular skating rink. Looks pretty fancy if you ask me. So let's go ahead and put the rest of the ice in there real quick. Take a step back to yesterday. And boom, all the ice is done. Now you're going to want to add the wall to the skating rink. Once again, this can be literally whatever you want it to be. It can be wood fence post, it can be cobblestone wall, it does not matter. Okay, now we're going to start working on Santa's workshop. And look at that, it looks disgusting. Get rid of it now, kill it with fire. Alright, so we're just going to start with your bland wood. You know, it's going to look awfully bland, it's going to look like a block. But that's alright. So we'll go ahead and we'll add that. We'll skip through most of this because it's pretty boring, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And with the magic of video editing, ready? Ready for it? Are you ready for it? And wapow! It's done, isn't that magic? So now we're going to work on the second level, and I'm making the second level the exact same height as the first level, which is 8 blocks high, which the normal house is about 4 to 5 blocks high. So we're doing this 3 to 4 higher than you would your normal house. So at the second level, you're just going to start. I did this one a little bit differently just because I wasn't 100% sure how it was going to look and exactly what I wanted it to do. So with the second level, unfortunately, you do have to watch me put in every single block, but guess what? It's sped up times 8. So I'm just doing it at supersonic speed like this. Yeah. Once again, this is going to be the most boring part of your build, is filling in that worksheet. So without further ado, I will leave you to the music. Hope you enjoy it, and watch me work on Santa's workshop.
Take a look past our innocence. Take a step back to yesterday. When life would move slower, we would never grow up. All we knew that love was for when we're older. Anything could happen, secretly imagine. They could never tear us apart, too young to fall. This is our story.
Alright, well it is time to start doing the roof, and I'm going to do the roof with quartz because it looks like snow. And it really wouldn't be Santa's workshop if it was not covered in snow. So here I'm going to do the roof a little bit different, and it's even more simple than the other roofs. You really just go all the way around in a pyramid style, so you make the roof look like a pyramid. This is going to be a little bit tedious, and you are just going to be running circles, just round and round and round and round and round and round. And it does tend to get a bit boring when you're building it, for that fact. But I promise you, on certain buildings, not every building, this will look really nice. Especially if you do it with the right texture, with the right colors. Just keep in mind what you think will look good. Alright? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that second little wing of the house. And then that's going to complete it. But, no, it's not going to complete it. No. So once you've got the blocks done, it looks good, but it looks just that blocky, okay? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take stairs, and you're going to want to fill it around, and it's going to look nice. Now this is a little secret project that we'll be working on. So let's go ahead and take care of the stairs, and it's just going to go around and around and around and around and around once again. And this is going to be even more tedious because you're going around one extra block each time. Aren't you loving this music? Christmas dubstep is amazing. And then as you would have seen on the other side, on the top you're going to want to put a half slab just so that it looks nice and it does not look like the roof just all of a sudden gets cut off.
Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down.
So do you understand how this could get boring time after time after time after time? And you're looking at the exact same block over and over and over. So never do a big build unless you know what you're getting yourself into, like I did not. Alright, well let's top this off. And now we'll start. It looks pretty nice, but not complete. We'll start on the little super secret project. Now, whenever you see a Santa's Village or you see the North Pole in pictures, what do you always see? A clock tower or just a regular tower on top of a building with windows at the top. So that is exactly what we're going to build. As you can see, I just put a square and just didn't put stairs there. and then put whatever block you feel is going to look best. In this case, it looks like stone brick. Is what I felt looked best, and I will stand by that decision any day. I will testify. You're going to want it to be nice and lit, so you're just going to want to put lots of glowstone. Put it on the floor and put it on the ceiling, because you want that tower to pop. And put that roof just like you did on the rest of the building, and that's going to be what ties it in. I know, last thing you want to look at is stairs. But when building big builds, you've got to do the tedious stuff. Unfortunately, you can't skip it. Unless you have a program that does so, which I do not. And boom, there you go. Look at that. Now we're going to put some windows in it, and I think red looks like pretty fantastic to me. It looks really nice. Putting the glowstone at the top. Make it all nice and lit up, and when you look at that, it looks pretty fantastic, but the building looks pretty blocky, so let's add some windows. And I'm just going to make some massive windows and then border them with regular wood, spruce wood in this case. I've always enjoyed spruce wood. I don't know what it is about spruce wood, but it looks really nice. Once again, you're not going to want each window to be the exact same, so alright, well that's going to conclude it for this video. I'm not going to finish the Santa's workshop because, well, I want it to be a secret. I want it to be the best thing that I've built and show you guys exactly what I am capable of. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that like button, alright? Be sure to subscribe if you have not. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, be sure to put them in the comment section, alright? And I'll let you guys watch this out, so you guys better have a very, very merry and a very, very classy Christmas. Stay classy.